So it has been confirmed. Well, we already know about Neve Campbell's going to be in Scream 7. And I also heard that Courtney Cox is going to be back. But, child, we already knew that. We knew Courtney Cox was coming back to the franchise. We knew Courtney Cox was reprising her role as Gail Weathers. And from what I heard, she said she was getting herself into shape courtesy of her good Judy, Jennifer Aniston, who's out here currently filming the morning show, because they've been showing photos of her all over social media. There's one scene where she gets splashed with some oil or something or another. So yeah, she's been filming the new season of the morning show. I've been getting into a lot of Apple TV shows as of late, because sometimes I'll be feeling like I'll be neglecting that streaming service. So I'm like, let me partake and watch some stuff over there. But anyway, so Neve Campbell recently did an interview with ET that the seventh installment of the iconic Scream franchise is going back to its roots. Now, according to Campbell, the upcoming seventh installment will be a return to the franchise's roots in the sense that Sidney Prescott will be the central character of the movie. She said, "We're going to follow Sydney." This is what she told ET Online. She said, "They did pitch the concept to me, and it's the reason that I jumped on board. I love these movies. They are so much fun to be a part of. I'm so grateful for them. I could never have imagined being a part of a movie that would have lasted this many decades." Now, Sydney was featured as a supporting character in 2022 Scream, while Campbell infamously did not return for the following year's Scream 7 due to a pay dispute. Those two movies, both directed by filmmakers Radio Silence, who of course directed Abigail, mixed a new generation of characters with the legacy characters, but much has happened since Scream 6 released last year. The franchise has been mixed in controversy in or I should say mirrored in controversy in the past several months, with new series leads Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega both exiting the project. Barrera was fired while it was subsequently announced that Ortega wouldn't be returning because, she's been filming Beetlejuice, because that's what it's called. And, oh my God, what's the other show that she's on? Wednesday. How did I forget that? So she's also filming Wednesday. And I did see some of the comments online because Scream 7 has been trending since yesterday. And I did see some people talking about, well, Jenna Ortega is going to be free by the end of the year because they're supposed to start filming in December. She did also reveal that because she said, we're going to take time with the script, that sort of thing. So what I'm hoping is that, Guy Busick, who usually would write with James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, but James Vanderbilt is not on board with this one. He was on board with the last two. But it seems like Guy Busick is running solo with this. I'm really hoping that since Kevin Williamson is on board as a director of this new film, and he hasn't directed anything since Teaching Mrs. Tingle, which that movie was a damn mess, but that happened because of the whole Columbine thing. So that's why that whole thing got what happened to it, because of the whole school shooting situation. So anyway, with Kevin Williamson being on board, I'm really hoping that what they do is that he's come in and he's judged up the script a little bit, because I feel like no one truly knows Sydney better than Kevin Williamson. He created the character. He created Gail. So he pretty much knows that. And I know a lot of people there were some people that were upset talking about, oh, well, y'all did such a good job giving us the core four. And now the franchise is not going to be able to grow because y'all still want to focus on them and you don't want to evolve the franchise. And it's like, but y'all had Sydney and Gail on the sidelines while you tried to prop up the core four, and you really didn't flesh them out in Scream 5. Scream 6, yeah, a little bit more. They expanded on their characters a little bit more, and I think they did a phenomenal job of getting us comfortable and solidifying the core four and that sort of thing. But like I said, in many of the movies, Scream 5 and 6, I had issues with the third act on both sides. There were so many plot holes, especially in Scream 6. That was what irritated me. That script was not that airtight. And I hated the third act of that movie. So I like the ideas and stuff that they came up with. I love the Jasmine Savoy Brown character, which is Mindy Meeks. I like her character, and I like Chad, his fine ass. And then I heard that the fans was also talking about, oh yeah, well, let's try to bring them back into this film. We don't necessarily know what direction they're going to take with this. I do like the idea that they're going to bring Sydney in, and I don't want y'all to just do the whole fan service thing. So if y'all going to bring Sydney in and make her an interesting, central part of the character, I feel like that what needs to happen is that she's moved to a different town with the kids, and of course Mark, which is why they also said that they moved the franchise shooting date to December, because Patrick Dempsey is currently filming Dexter, the rejuvication. I think it's the prequel series, but they're doing two of them. They're doing a prequel and they're doing a sequel with Michael C. Hall, and Michael C. Hall is actually going to be in both of them, which I'm kind of like excited, but on the fence because that last Dexter thing y'all came out with Harrison all grown up and that sort of thing, that I was kind of disappointed with that series. Where Dexter was out and hiding and changed his whole name, and he's been raising Harrison as a teenager, and somebody discovers who he is, and also it was that whole season was a mess. It was a disappointment. So hopefully they could judge that up and make it better. But in regards to this, I'm glad that they're bringing in Patrick Dempsey for this franchise. I don't know when they're planning on filming Thanksgiving 2, because I'm sure y'all seen the movie by now. He survives. So if y'all going to bring him back into the sequel, I don't know what's going on with that. And that's also a Spyglass franchise. So I'm actually excited to see where they're going to go with this whole Scream thing. And you know what? I love me some Neve Campbell. She is Scream. Say what you want. Like, I'm from the generation of, like, I was a kid and I grew up on this Scream franchise. So while it is cute or whatever, y'all can bring in the core 4 and y'all can try to expand it and change it into a different franchise. Like, who knows? Maybe that because of what happened with the core 4, maybe this trilogy, which is being compared to the Halloween trilogy, the one we just had with David Gordon Green and Jamie Lee Curtis, maybe this is a way where Sydney has her kids in it, and one of the kids are a lot older, which you can play that up because we've seen soap operas and many other shows where a kid one season starts out as they're 5 years old, and the next season they're a damn teenager because they want to tell the kids' storylines. It was the summertime. You want to lure the younger people in to watch the stories. This is what my mother used to call them, the stories. So that's what you do. I don't mind if they take one of the kids and grow them up and make them like a teenager or something or another, and possibly pass the torch to Sidney Prescott's kid and, you know, a group of their friends or whatever, and expand beyond that. Maybe that's the direction they plan on going, because I have a feeling they're going to probably try to go the trilogy route with this whole thing. And since it is being compared to the Halloween David Gordon Green franchise trilogy, then maybe that is the direction they're going to go. So I say all this to say, I'm excited for Scream. I know there's some people that's still going to be feeling divisive about it, and you have a right to feel how you feel, you know, when you want to put the core 4 over Sydney and the rest of them. But since I've been with the franchise since the very beginning, and Sydney is that final girl that has solidified herself in this franchise, it's not like all these other franchises like Friday the 13th. They had a new final girl and boy every movie. This is different. Sydney is Scream. So whether you want to get, argue with your mammy, if that's how you feel, this is just the way it is. And if you want to boycott the movie, then boycott the movie. But here's the thing. Y'all be the same ones that was out here talking about you going to boycott Scream because what they did to your girl Melissa Barrera. But where the fuck was y'all when Abigail came out? Where was y'all at? Because I was in the theater. I went to go support Melissa Barrera, and I went to see Abigail in a movie theater. One, because I was a Melissa Barrera fan, and I was, even though I am with the Scream franchise, I was mad at Spyglass of what they did. So I was like, I'm gonna go support this movie. I like vampires, but that trailer gave away way too much. And Angus Cloud, I was a fan of his too because of Euphoria. But where was y'all? Because that movie flopped at the box office. It's doing much better now on Peacock, and it was doing well on VOD. But where the hell was y'all when the movie came out? So all this fake outrage that I'm seeing on social media, whatever. It's just a bunch of smoke and mirrors and BS. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.